But it's probably for me, that's going to be one of those Netflix ones. I'd like to see it, but not enough to go go and pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, look, the way that it's working now, again, we are going to get everybody that wants to join us at the theater together, and we are going to go and watch the Avengers. So therefore, I got to save my pennies, and I won't be able to see Chappie until it comes out on Netflix. But Tim has Netflix, so guess what? The movie's never coming.
It'll never come to it. Yep.
Well, it depends. Yep. Does Tim have streaming and DVDs?
No, just streaming.
Then it'll be on DVD. We'll have to get DVD for a month just so we can get Chappie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it always is. Yeah, I search for anything and it's not available for streaming. You can get it on the DVD, though.
No stream for you, 2 years.
Exactly, yeah.
All right,
but yeah,
so
back to Avengers. Like I said, we finally got a look at the Vision, and if you look closely, you can tell that's not CGI.
Right.
That is actually the guy's name was Paul Bettany. He actually went and had makeup applied. It's actual practical makeup effects.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got a look at a little gem in his forehead.
Yes.
Could that be the Soul Stone, Infinity Gem?
Well, I don't think so, because if memory serves me right, when the Infinity Gauntlet was going on, that was the second best series outside of Crisis on the Infinite Earths. If I remember correctly, the gem on his head was not part of that.
Yeah, but that's in the comic book. This is the movie. It could be different. Giant Man and Wasp were original members of the Avengers in the comic book, too.
Yes.
So it could be completely different. I mean, with that being, if that is the Soul Stone, that would explain some of his powers.
Right.
Because he can fly, he can make himself intangible so he can move through walls and stuff. How would an android be doing that if he didn't have some type of mystical power like that? And with it being an Infinity Stone, that would explain it. So it's very possible that, and if that is the case, then we've only, if I counted this up a couple days ago, unless I missed my guess, I think if that is the Soul Stone, then there's only like one more that needs to be revealed in the movies before we have all of them revealed, so we could do the Infinity Gauntlet issue.
I really hope with the direction that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're going to get to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a minute, but to bring that into play, I hope that they have a gem on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
They could possibly, yeah. That could be revealed on there, because they've got, before Infinity War, we've got Captain America 3 and Thor Ragnarok, I think. And you've already introduced one Infinity Stone in the second Thor movie, so you wouldn't want to go to that well again. And Civil War hasn't got anything to do with outer space like craziness. And also you did an Infinity Stone with the Tesseract in the first one, the first Captain America.
Yeah.
So again, you wouldn't want to go back to the well. So they could very well introduce it there. So, but I think they did this a little bit in Guardians of the Galaxy, where they showed all of them together so people who don't know the Infinity Stones and the way they go together can get the connection between all these different things.
All right. Okay, hold on. I got to get this in here. Bryce Anthony just chimed in and says Infinity Gauntlet is greater than Crisis. Boo.
He also added in there, just saying.
Yeah, just saying. So, okay, well, then the argument's over with.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Bryce, we're trying to work here. Grown folks is talking. But yeah, so I mean, we could very possibly see a Infinity Stone introduced in Agents of Shield. That would be some serious issue that they would have to deal with, because they're not used to dealing with things quite that super powered.
Yeah.
But they now, I mean, I haven't watched this week's episode because it didn't record because I didn't have DirecTV yet. See,
Then you need Hulu.
now that I've fixed that, I'll be okay.
And just for that,
Stupid Time Warner.
Just for that, Time Warner,
Stupid.
we got this for you.
That's what I'm going to sound like Monday when I take all my stuff back.
Here comes Tim Dixon, and he's looking disgruntled.
I'm a dragon.
You gotta do the roar.
Wow. That's great. That is
yeah,
great.
like I mean, since we're already talking about it, let's just move into that because, like I said, I didn't get to see it.
Well, I know how you are. I know how you are about talking about things. So, I mean, really, honestly, and truly, we find out that definitely Sky there is something changed.
Yeah, she's an Inhuman.
She is an Inhuman. Now, she hasn't changed in her appearance, but it's hard for her to keep things together.
Of course not.
Well,
they're not going to change the hot girl's appearance. What are you, crazy?
Well, now, but hold on a second.
Well, I was gonna say, they talk about how her DNA has even changed, but only one person other than her knows that she's not normal. Because Fitz
Yes.
takes a sample of her DNA. They run a DNA sequencing against a sample that they had from before she was exposed, and it's definitely changed. There are all kinds of extra weird coding in there now, but so that she's not stuck in quarantine, and so that they don't start treating her differently and basically catalog her and treat her like a test subject. He doesn't tell anybody.
Okay.
So right now they're the only two that know, and when she gets upset, her heart rate races. I mean, we're talking, it gets into like the 300s.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how her quote unquote powers evolve, because right now she just blows stuff up.
Yeah. Well, she is the character Quake. So she causes earthquakes.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Now Rena, poor Rena. Oh my goodness.
She don't look good.
She looks like a porcupine.
Yeah.
And she talks about how her insides feel like sandpaper every time she moves.
Yikes.
Can you imagine how just painful that would be?
That's pretty bad.
And being evolved, being an Inhuman basically, was all she ever wanted.
Yeah.
And she even goes back to Sky's End. She's like, fix me, put me back.
Yeah.
And he's like, can't do it.
Nope.
There's no reverse. There's no backsies.
Yep. Can't unring that bell.
Exactly.
I think that I know what she needs for the whole sandpaper filling inside, and it will make her relax, and it would help her out. She needs to go and see a healer who has a didgeridoo.
Oh, God.
Boy, oi, 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 oi. That'd be great.
Yeah, that makes me feel like sandpaper.
Let's see.
Inside my head.
Wow. So yes, the whole thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I got to be honest with you, when the show was over, I held my breath because I was for sure that it was going to take another 2 months hiatus.
No, see, they're fine because they took their 2-month hiatus and Agent Carter was on.
Yes.
So, well done.
Yes.
Well played, Marvel.
Well played.
All right, so where are you at with? Let's just go ahead and get The Walking Dead out of the way.
Okay.
I have to say, before we went on, I was going to talk about it. Tim said, "Nope, don't do it here."
Wait for it.
Rick,
Wait for it.
Rick is definitely a changed man. His time at Terminus has made him very, I want to say, almost greedy. Because now it is, okay, we will move into your community, but guess what? If you don't conform to what we've got going on here, then we're going to shoot you.
Well, he's reminding me of the governor. Because the governor saw the prison, saw how secure it was, and wanted it.
Yeah.
And therefore decided he was going to take it. Rick's gone around the town. He's inspected the walls. He's inspected, the community as a whole. He's figured out, the protocols and the fact that nobody has any weapons. And, he's looking at, this place pretty much is impenetrable. So if he can, if he can get these people to basically follow him instead of the congressperson who's currently over it, then he will let them stay and he will let them live. But he said flat out, if this doesn't work out, then we'll just take it. And the worst part for the people that are in this town is they were put in the town before the apocalypse took hold of the entire world. So they've been completely untouched.
Yeah.
These people, they're not fighters. They're not survivors. They probably could not survive a single zombie coming through town if it came into the actual town.
Right.
They don't know how to protect themselves. They don't know how to kill a zombie. They don't know that you have to, put something through the brain to make it stop.
Right.
They don't know how to, if you get bit on the arm, you better cut the darn thing off pretty darn quick and then cauterize it. Because otherwise, you're going to be dead.
Tainted meat.
Well, and
tainted meat.
Bob.
At this point, pretty much, at this point, it has kind of come to, if you die, you turn into a zombie. It doesn't matter how you die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're all
yeah, everybody's
carriers.
infected.
Right. So the people in the town, are they infected?
Yes, everyone is infected. That's
How do
what
you
they
know?
learned in it was the first or second season when they went to the CDC. They told them it's an airborne pathogen. Everybody is infected.
Okay, I had forgotten that part.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, for me it's very interesting because I've read the comic, and when they get to Alexandria, which I don't think they've actually called it Alexandria
Yes,
in the
it is.
TV show. Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. The person in charge of Alexandria in the comic books was a guy. His name was, I think, Douglas Monroe instead of Deanna.
Right.
But he realized, and I think this may end up happening with Deanna, but he realized, I'm not the person here. I'm not who we need here.
Right.
And I think in a manner of speaking, I think she does understand that because she's talking to Rick and she's immediately putting him into a leadership role.
Yeah.
And she understands we need people who have survived out there. And I think, I don't have as much problem with the way he's looking at it. And I don't think the comment, "we'll just take it from him," was as ominous as it really came off. I think it was more of a, for lack of a better term, maybe if you don't know what's good for you, we'll show you kind of deal.
Possibly.
Because they really don't know. They have no clue.
Yeah.
Of what's going on out there and how to I mean, and it was shown with the idiots that were going out on a run with Glenn.
Yeah. Well, we'll just tie it up. Dummy.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Well, and to me, the thing that I noticed most